Just want to say good luck. Moving out on your own is a big move. Just take it easy. Don't try to rush it. This is something that you need to really think about. I think everyone has said it before that you have to respect where you are. And if the environment is not conducive to you being there, then that's a better reason to leave than for some other frivolous reason. So just really think about why you're leaving and try to put yourself in a position where you can actually take care of yourself before you leave the nest.
This was a very good eye-opening show. And Dorian, your questions were what you came in here looking for something, and out of everybody that was on this panel, I think you might have gotten a little bit of it. We all have different experiences, and we've all shared those different experiences with you. I hope that you take what we've said and implement it in your own way in your life. You are in a very, 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 very privileged position because you are in a home where you are not being forced out because you're over the legal age. Don't take that for granted, man. I wish I had that I wish I had that when I was your age. Don't take that for granted. You were a real smart dude. You were really, really smart dude. Like I said, just take what we said, formulate it in a way that it can work in your life, and just implement it. And don't be afraid to take a L, because if you're afraid to take a L, then you may as well not even start. The losses are going to come. In life, there are no guarantees. The only guarantee is change. That's all I got.
Dorian, let's see. Dorian, I would say this. I'm going to tell you again. Use the opportunity you're in to make the mistakes. Realize you're going to fail, but don't look for it to come. Just let it come naturally as you strive to do better. Right? You had an idiot moment asking about a woman. I'm going to let that one slide. I'm going to let it slide. You needed to ask it, but it was an idiot moment. But that's okay. So develop a good wolf pack around you. A very good wolf pack around you. And I'm talking people that serve a purpose, not friends. They're friends within the wolf pack. So you can ask them questions. They may be doing something good at accountant. I got a lawyer in mind. Really develop a good wolf pack, right? And there's no such thing as a stupid question, only a person too stupid to ask it. All right? Be the guy that's always raising your hand. Use that moment. And then I would say this, and this is where I'm going to leave it. Invest in yourself. And the way you don't become complacent is to ask yourself, look at your results and ask yourself, where do you want to be in life? Where do you want to be? Straight up, be honest with yourself. And then ask yourself again, am I a smart guy to get there? Do I have the tools to get there? Do I have the ability to get there? Ask yourself these honest questions and be realistic in your answers, because if you're stupid, right? That's what I'm going to say.
For me, last thing I got to say is simply humbling yourself to ask these questions. It says a lot about you. It says that you want better. So keep feeding that part of you. Feed that more than the desire to sit back and play around and do nothing. And also, I know your generation and some of mine, they like to be materialistic. You can't afford to be materialistic now. You got to grind. So whether it's the new J's, that the same ones keep coming out every year that people keep paying the same crazy dollars for, or whatever it is that you see other people going to buy stock in that stuff. Don't buy the stuff, buy the stock. And learn to invest, learn money. I'm telling you, learn money, learn investments, and learn how that works so that you can continue to build yourself and your wealth at the same time. That's it.
So I like to write down words while people talk, and I came up with a few mistakes. Mistakes are part of the process. It's trial and error. It's an experiment. Life is algebra. All you're doing is constantly solving problems, and you're solving those problems and you're making calculations about how to mitigate loss. And mistakes are part of that mitigation. So Don't treat the mistake as the goal. Treat the mistake as a boundary for understanding. Trust your gut, because most adults are winging it. Even your parents winged it to a degree. All of our parents winging it. And the only reason we have the wisdom that we have right now is because it wasn't given to us. We had to make the mistakes where we didn't trust our guts, and now we have the lesson from it in order to teach you. You got 2 ears for a reason to go along with the 2 eyes. You know, you're supposed to observe and hear more than you speak, period. And that amounts to respecting your elders, respecting experience, commitment. The greatest commitment you can make is committing to yourself. You're writing a contract to yourself out loud. You know what I'm saying? When you tell people what you want to become, that's the only thing that they know you by. So be powerful with what you speak, but be assertive enough to stay committed to what it was that you said. Self-development. You guys got YouTube University. Your life has all of the tools and information that you can tap into from any era in time so you can compare. Like what's changed and what hasn't. YouTube is a living repository of information real time. It doesn't afford you the opportunity to fail. So you got to make sure that the information that you consume is aligned with what you want to become. You really got to compartmentalize life in itself. You got to put some things in boxes, because when it happens to you in the mistake phase, in the trial and error phase, you don't know why it's happening to you. You're trying to rationalize it. Trust me, put that in a box, move past it very quickly, and get on with the next play. Because you should be focused on generating momentum, because again, someone else is affording you the opportunity to figure out what you want to become. At some point, if you don't get going, if you don't try, it's going to be seen as disrespectful. You have to commit to something. Everybody up here has had to do something they've never done to get something they've never had.
I'm just going to kind of echo a lot of the things that some of the people have already said. I mean, you're not my son, but I'm proud of you just for asking the questions that you've asked. And I'm sure without a shadow of a doubt, your dad is proud of you as well. So one of the things I want to offer, because I offered previously, respect in 2 forms: respect your household, your parents, and respect your dream. One of the things I want to offer to you is to try to bring them 2 together. I think your father would be an awesome person to partner with, to share your dreams with. Share your dreams with your father, and then sit down and talk with him about them as well. I'm sure, without a shadow of a doubt, not only will he find joy in that conversation, but he may have some insight that he can add to you as it comes down to it. I cannot say that I have a ministry to help young men if I do not point them back to their fathers. So I must say, without a shadow of a doubt, first and foremost, sit down with your dad, talk with your dad, share with him your heart's desire, and then you guys get into an intimate masculine conversation about what that can possibly look like. And then at that particular point in time, listen to some of the things that he shared with you. He might surprise you with where you go from there. Roland brought up the point of humility, and I would not feel right if I don't caveat off of that. Humility is something that we gain. It is a progressive awareness. So we become progressively aware of a higher state of humility the more we practice it. So never lose the ability to practice humility throughout your journey. And last but not least, make failing part of your process, because the more you seek failure, the more you will grow. And that's it.
Well, I would like to lead with, thank you. It's always an enjoyable experience listening to different perspectives. A lot of times, I enjoy speaking to, many adults because, I have, conversations with my parents, and a lot of times, it can get on my nerves because they just sound like parents. But it's always interesting hearing the same kind of thing come from other perspectives, because it always reminds me, that, they just want the best for me. But it was, enjoyable listening to the different backgrounds, experiences, and perspectives, to help me along the way. So I appreciate all of the gentlemen on the panel today. And that's all I got.